There's a good chance that you're probably using DeepSkyStacker. If you are, I'm going to tell you why and show you as to why it is that you should be jumping over to Siril and leaving DeepSkyStacker behind. So Astro Ventures, DeepSkyStacker has been, a mainstay forever in the astrophotography world. It's a great program, and I don't mean to knock it. But you know what? Sometimes you have to acknowledge when something better is there and that you should be using it. And here's what I mean. For a long time, I have used Deep Sky Stacker, and currently with my ASI 533 MC Pro camera that I'm using, it only has an 11 millimeter by 11 millimeter sensor. And what happens oftentimes is that that tiny little sensor doesn't grab enough stars for Deep Sky Stacker to do its alignment and stacking, and it ends up tossing a lot of images. And I've had this happen with other images where even using with my regular DSLR cameras, where it's just throwing out more than it should have. And what really kind of pushed me to this was using the 533 MC Pro camera, because I had on the Pelican Nebula 15 hours of data, and Deep Sky Stacker kicked out 14 hours of data and only stacked off of an hour. And let me show you the difference. And it was what ended up pushing me to investigate and see what's going on. So here on the left side of my screen, hopefully you could see it here, but look at all the details that are going on within the Pelican Nebula. And over here on the right, this is that 1 hour of data that I got coming from Deep Sky Stacker. And although I edit about the same, there's always little variances. I mean, I don't know anybody that could, you know, do an edit and get the same result twice in a row. But look how smooth it is. Look how much is missing. And that difference is 1 hour of data over here, because Deep Sky Stacker threw it out because it couldn't find enough stars for alignment. But over here, it only threw out 1 hour of data. And so this is 14 hours of data. And I mean, it's just night and day difference. And while I am not competent enough yet to share with all of you out there exactly how to use Siril yet, but I am learning. I can't tell you the hours I've been putting in. But for right now, I want to teach you quickly, because if you're not using Siril, this is going to be new to you. I want to show you how to go ahead and stack your data in Siril, and then from there, use that file, that Siril stack, and go through your regular processing. For myself, I do all my processing in Photoshop, but I do my stacking in Siril, and on the side, I'm currently studying Siril so that I can learn it, because there is so much in there. And my last time using it many, many years ago, it wasn't the tool it is today. So I'm really going to be exploring it. But today, I want to show you how to use Siril to get more of your data stacked, so that when you work it through whatever process you're doing, you're not losing from your image like I showed you here in these two examples. So let's go ahead and do that, and I'll show you how to stack in Siril. So here we go. Let's go ahead and minimize out these two images of the Pelican. Now over here on the left, I have my ASI air data. Here's my lights, and I'm going to be stacking NGC 6914. It was the last target that I imaged. So I'm going to go over to my solid state drive where I store everything. And I have went ahead and named a folder Siril, so that I know this is where this was stacked, and then the file name of NGC 6914. So we're going to open this up, and the first thing that we have to do is we have to create 4 folders. Now, the key with these is that these folders must be spelled, labeled exactly as I do it, or it's not going to work for the scripts within Siril. So first off, we need a lights, Lights, enter. We need a darks, enter. We need a flats, enter. And we need a biases, BIASES, enter. Now I have these 4 folders that Cyril is going to use in the stacking process. So that's done. Now let's go ahead and open up. So we're going to go ahead and minimize these. Let's go ahead and open up our Cyril program. Here we go. Okay. So here we go. The current Cyril program is on 1.4.4. Now, the first thing that you're going to do is up here in the upper left corner, you have a house. It's lit up in blue. You're going to click on that. And then you have to navigate to where it is that you have those folders pre-set up. Here I have my Cyril NGC 6914. I double click it, biases, darks, flats, lights, and I'm going to tell it open. There you go. I have now mapped where it is that Cyril is going to find my data. Now, to confirm that is correct, in the upper left corner, I'm going to click open. And when that opens up, you're going to check at the top, Cyril, NGC 6914. So if it showed something different from that, it tells me I don't have it mapped correctly. I did some mistake. And then down below here, I have the folders of biases, darks, flats, lights. So it's going to find everything that it needs. So I can just hit cancel on this because it is properly mapped. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize my Cyril. Let's go back to my folders here. Here's my Cyril, and now I need to bring up my folder that has my data. And let's see here. Here's my ASI Air, auto run, lights, going into NGC 6914. And I am going to grab all of the fit files. I typically have my computer set where it sorts by type. So from here, Control C, go over to my lights, Control V, paste my lights in. There we go. Lights are in. Now let's go for our biases. And I am going over to, on my solid state drive, I have a folder with calibration frames. I'm doing the biases. So I'm going to go over into my bias folder. I'm going to grab those fit files, place them, go over to my darks. So for this one, I have a folder labeled darks where I have dark images set up for 1 minute, 4 minute, 10 minutes, 90 seconds, all the various time frames that I might use. And I'm going to grab the 4-minute fit files because that's what I shot this target at, was 4 minutes. And last, I'm going to grab the flats. Now, these flats will be the light flats. Those are the ones that I'm using. So we'll go over to our, let's see here. I need to get back to my calibration frames. There we go. And grab all of those fits. I am now going to place them into the Cyril folder for NGC 6914. And you can see here, just to walk through them, lights are in place, flats are in place, darks are in place, and my biases are in place. Perfect. There we go. Now we'll minimize these out, bring up Cyril. Now, Siril is a massive program with some incredibly powerful tools. For right now, in today's video, because as I said, I'm working on my competency, I will be bringing more videos using Siril, but for right now, we're just using the stacking capability because it is superior, in my personal opinion, to what DeepSkyStacker does. It doesn't throw out as many images. So here we go. We already did the home so that it was already set up. I'm clicking open. It is already mapped to where it needs to go. So I'm going to hit cancel there. And what I will now do is go over to scripts, Siril script files, and then the one that you want. And this is for those of you using one-shot color cameras. And that's what I was using. My 533 is a one-shot color camera. If you're using a DSLR, it's a one-shot color camera. If I was doing it with my Astro modded camera, I'm still using this one-shot color pre-processing file or script. So here we go. I'm going to click on that. Please read me before using script, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And I'm going to tell it run script. Over on the side here, it's now going to process. As it's processing, it will create two more folders that it will place in that original folder that I'd set up, where I put those folders for the lights, the flats, the darks, and the biases. So it'll add two additional folders in there. And ultimately, once it gets done processing here, the output will be a stacked fit file. Now, this is where once we have that, because for me, my primary program for editing images is Photoshop. Photoshop does not use fit files. So once this is finished, we will go ahead and open that stacked fit file in Siril, and then we'll go ahead and export that to export that as a TIFF file so that I can then edit in Photoshop. Okay, so here we go. It's running through. Okay, and Siril is finished running. So let's go and bring up our folder here. And this is my Siril NGC 6914 on that solid state drive. And down here you can see it added process folder, it added a masters folder, and then it added in the results. And this is a .fit file. It is composed of 15,600 seconds. And like I said, Photoshop will not use the fit file. So I now have to open this up in Siril so that I can then export it as a TIFF file and move it over to Photoshop. As I get more competent with Siril, I will continue to work in Siril because I've only just started to dive under the hood, and Siril has some amazing and powerful tools in there. But anyway, let's get back to where we were. So we're going to go over here, and I am going to click open. I'm going to upper left corner, open. I'm going to select my results. I'm going to tell it open. And here it is. Now, up here, you will see this little, what I would say is a download arrow. You're going to click on that, and this is where you can now save it as a TIFF file or whatever else that you would like to use. Because I'm going to be working this data in Photoshop, I'll be saving this as a TIFF file. So we go, and then up here I can change the name on this. I'm going to put Pelican Nebula. There we go. And it will save to that Siril NGC 6914 folder that I have. Save. Okay, right now it's currently sitting as a 32-bit, and I'll just leave it as is. I'll change it when I get into Photoshop. Now I hit save. There it is. It is done. I will go ahead and close Siril. Are you sure you want to quit? I'm going to hit exit, minimize this, bring up my Photoshop, and then I'm going to go into my folder. And here I've got the results as a dot fit. I've got Pelican Nebula as a TIFF, and I will drag that over into Photoshop. And then I will image mode 16-bit, change this to exposure and gamma. There we go. And from here, I can now start doing my regular editing and processing. And again, I want to encourage you to make the jump. It's not the first time that I ran into a substantial amount of my data being thrown out by DeepSkyStacker. The latest version of DeepSkyStacker, and I apologize, I don't remember the number at this time, but it is better than the previous. However, Siril and all my testing runs rings around DeepSkyStacker, particularly if you're shooting very short images, exposure times, or if you're shooting with a smaller sensor where it's just not capturing that much. So there you have it. If you like what you saw, consider liking, subscribing, ringing the bell. I would love to see your comments, and I would love to hear from you in the comments your thoughts on Cyril. I'm learning it myself, and if you have things that you would like to share with me or tell me about with Cyril, things that I don't want to miss, please put it in the comments below because I'm definitely going to be going down this path of learning Cyril because I played with a few of the tools in Cyril, and oh my gosh, so many things are so much easier using Cyril. I'm really impressed. Well, there you have it. Until next time, I wish you clear skies and uneventful nights.